Hello and welcome to Tea Break Film Reviews. My name's Michelle and today I'm going to be reviewing The Aeronauts. This is a film filled with historical inaccuracies, and I don't think that matters, but hold your disapproval and hear me out. Alright, so the plot. It's 1862 and daredevil balloon pilot Amelia Wren takes to the skies with pioneering meteorologist James Glaisher to advance human knowledge of the weather, taking their balloon to heights that have never been reached before. Historically, James Glaisher did exist, but his actual partner in flight was a man called Henry Coxwell. They did reach brand new heights, and a lot of the physical consequences of that are accurately portrayed in the film. The critical outrage for this film comes from the replacement of Coxwell with this fictional character of Amelia Wren, though if you look at the inspirations behind the film, you'll see that she didn't actually come out of thin air, pun intended. Amelia Wren is based on real-life French balloonist Sophie Blanchard. The details of her relationship with her husband are made a little bit more dramatic in the film, but in general, her character, as history knows her, is kept truthful. So why was she renamed? Well, in truth, Blanchard died when Glaisher was only 10 years old, so they most likely never met, and their ballooning careers spanned an entirely different time period. One of the inspirations for the film is a 2013 book called Falling Upwards, which is a culmination of stories about historical figures within the ballooning industry, of which this film took a couple and put them together. With that in mind, my question is, why Glaisher wasn't renamed when Blanchard was? I think that if the filmmakers had done that, then the audience would have been far more accepting of the changes they made to the true story. As it stands, the film takes Glaisher and Coxwell's story and injects Wren's character into it without being transparent that it's doing this, and I think that does a big disservice to a film that has many wonderful qualities that make it worth watching, which I will now go into. One of my favourite things about this film is the setting of it within the hot air balloon. Although we get some flashbacks that give us backstory to why these characters are in this balloon, most of it actually takes place in it. It's simple and intimate, and there's plenty of examples of films that use this type of confined space to create drama. Take this year's Best Picture winner, Parasite, that predominantly uses that one house. And then there's the 2015 film Room, where the space itself gives the film its name. It forces a lot of focus on the characters, and puts a lot of pressure on the actors to carry the emotional fluctuations when the dramatic events are quite small. I mean, not to say that in this movie the dramatic events are that small, but in the grand scheme of things, for example, the altitude sickness is a very personal to these people kind of problem, and we're invited to experience it with them. What I love about the casting of Redmayne and Jones is that they've worked together previously in The Theory of Everything, and I think their chemistry is really up to level here. The characters get really strong individual stories, with Wren's trauma and Glaisher's struggle to be accepted by the Meteorological Society. Redmayne and Jones really carry this story of friendship and survival, but they are strongly supported by the technical aspects of this film. Some reviews I've read complain about a lack of pace, but I don't feel that. I mean, perhaps this isn't a film for very restless people, but even then the filmmakers provide that blend of the story in the air and the flashbacks on the ground, and that eases us in for the climax, which is kept firmly in the balloon. We've gotten to know these characters and we understand how dangerous the situation is, and it's made even more powerful with cuts to those absolutely breathtaking wide shots where we see the world as you can see it from the balloon. In the trailer you get a glimpse of Wren climbing the side of the balloon, and behind her is nothing but clouds. That's just one moment in a film that is such a physical experience, you can feel the peril. The sound design and score lets us hear the emptiness of this world above our world. The cinematography and special effects lets us see it in context, how small these people are in this massive sky. And the editor knows exactly when to let those expansive shots breathe and elongate those pauses for the maximum impact. So as you can tell, I loved watching this film because of the way it made me feel. It very much reminds me of another 2019 film, Lucy in the Sky, where Natalie Portman plays an astronaut. And I'd recommend both films for the same reason. for the way they shape the experience of the space above us, pun intended. Now, I'm not excusing the filmmakers for the decisions they made regarding the historical changes, but if taken with a pinch of salt, this film makes for a really tense and really powerful adventure story. So if you do want to watch it, get as big a screen as you can find, switch off the lights, keep as quiet as you can, and I think it'll be worth it. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to see more videos, and comment with your thoughts on the topic. What film can you think of that is set in a small place? This has been Tea Break Film Reviews. My name's Michelle, and I hope you have a great day.